This is an unboxing and assembly tutorial of the HiGro Tower Garden System. This is a peat and green fiber based growing system, and it grows up to 24 plants. It's a lovely gift. It's easily shipped by couriers throughout the country, and it really does grow a substantial amount of food. The components are as follows. We've got the suspension cable. We've got the irrigation system, commercially spec'd, high quality system. We've got fertilizer provided for one crop. We've got little bits in a pack, a tray, and the 4 growing modules. As I mentioned, these are peat and green fiber based material, high quality stuff, and it'll ensure that you get a substantial crop. The assembly is as follows. Each module has a male and female end, and you simply fit them together and twist until you hear a snap. 4 modules make up the tower. Twist until you hear a snap. Now, the orientation of this tower is important. The bottom end is the male end. The top end is the female end. And the planting holes are orientated on the top shoulder. And that's important. If you put it upside down, this tower is not going to work. The next step is to insert the suspension cable. The suspension cable has a loop at the bottom and a hook at the top. It's important that you insert the loop from the top end of the tower through the center until it protrudes out the bottom. I've provided a little stainless steel clip or a pin, and you use the pin to suspend the tower. But as you insert it, what you do is that you insert it through the slots at the bottom of the tower, making sure that you pick up the loop of the cable with both teeth of the pin and push it out the other end. Suspend the tower from an appropriate fixture. In this case, we've selected a tripod which is made from 2.5 meter poles. We call them droppers in South Africa. You could hang it from a stairwell, you could hang it from a beam, but just make sure that the bearing capacity is more than 15 kilograms. Otherwise, it might all come tumbling down. The orientation of your irrigation system is quite important. One of the little tail pieces does not have any fitting on it, and that should be orientated downwards. So what we do is we allocate 2 drippers to each module, and we install them on opposite sides of the module as follows. The button dripper gets inserted into the button hole, which is above the planting hole. You can see it there, and there are the planting holes. All the way down. Good. That's the irrigation installed. Then we take the tray, slip it onto the bottom of the tower until it clicks. And then what you do is that you tie off your irrigation system with the little tags provided, just to secure it in place. So now the tower assembly is complete, and we'll go ahead and we will demonstrate the irrigation system. In this particular situation, we will use a 5-liter compression sprayer. It's a handheld compression sprayer. It's also available on my website, but you can find these anywhere in any garden center around the country in most cases. The irrigation pipe will connect the tower to the compression sprayer. In some cases, if you choose to use your own compression sprayer, you'll find that the pipe might be translucent. That is a problem because what will happen is you'll get algal growth on the inside because there's fertilizer in the pipes. So I've supplied this split tubing, and the tubing is opaque, and it'll prevent that algal growth, and you won't get any blockages on your irrigation system. Connect the compression sprayer to the tower using the lead for the compression sprayer, which is supplied. There's a grey connector which is supplied in the box that you use. It's a push fit system with a lock nut, very easy to assemble. Connect the irrigation. The next step is to make sure that you install the filter. The filter just prevents the drippers from blocking in case you have some sediment or algal growth in your compression sprayer. It's supplied in the kit. You just simply insert it onto the suction end of the compression sprayer. It's just a friction fit, and that'll ensure that no sediment or anything that can potentially block the drippers will end up in the system. There's a spoon provided. Make sure that you use the little or the small end of the spoon, not the big end of the spoon, when you're mixing your fertilizer. Take 2 level teaspoons of your B mixture, make sure they're level, and drop them into the compression sprayer, which is filled with 5 liters of water. Make sure it's level, otherwise you're going to kill these plants with kindness. And do the same for the A mixture. Tighten it up nice and tight. Give it a good shake to dissolve the fertilizer. And you're ready to irrigate. How you irrigate is you just build up pressure with a compression sprayer, and it'll drive water through the tower, into the drippers, through the drippers into the modules, and it will hydrate the plants. The next important point is how long or how often to irrigate. And what you want to achieve is you want to irrigate to a point where the effluent or the excess water is running out of the bottom of the tower. You can obviously catch that in a bucket and recycle that water, but this is the objective. This will indicate that the growing medium is saturated, and that's the point we want to get to. If it doesn't after an irrigation, you're obviously going to have to irrigate again. And then under those circumstances, then I would suggest that you irrigate twice a day, typically in a very hot area where the plants are very vigorous and utilizing a lot of the water. But ultimately, this is what we want to achieve. Then we know that these modules are saturated and the plants have got enough water. Planting procedure is as follows. Go and fetch some herbs from your local nursery. You can buy them from commercial nurseries as well, but I think most of the plants are supplied in this format, certainly in South Africa. So that's what is available to you. Get the plant out, and you will notice the plug size is too big to fit in the tower. So what you do in this instant is that you just rinse the roots, and you get the gravel or the growing medium off the root system very gently without causing any damage. And then what you do is you stick your finger into the growing medium, make sure that it's nice, and make a deep hole with your finger, and then gently insert the roots into that orifice that you've created. Once you've planted your plants out, just gently massage the growing medium so that it collapses around the roots, so that there's good contact with the moisture, and then your planting is complete. In the event that you're disabled and unable, or old and unable to pump the compression sprayer, or you find it too difficult to do so, you can use the Gardena drill pump. It can be purchased from most hardware stores, I think, and or otherwise online. The drill pump is just simply connected via the irrigation feed line to the bottom of the irrigation system on the tower. And the other end, the suction end of the pump, is connected to placed into a bucket with your fertilizer solution. And you simply just turn on the drill, and it will irrigate the tower. You can connect the plug to a time switch so that if you need to go away on weekends, you can have it automatically irrigate the tower in your absence. So it's a nice little tool to have around.